Hello everyone, and welcome to another Leetcode video. Today we're looking at the problem maximum value sum by placing 3 rooks 1. This was question 3 in Biweekly Contest 137 and definitely continued the trend of Leetcode contests getting a bit harder. So the question reads that we are given an m by n 2D array board representing a chessboard, and each position ij has a value. So if you don't know the rules of chess, one thing is that rooks in the same row or column attack each other. So what we want to do is we want to place 3 rooks on the chessboard such that the rooks do not attack each other. And we also want to return the maximum sum of the cell values in which those rooks are placed. So looking at an example here, we can see that we have this board here, so -3, 1, 1, 1, -3, 1, -3, 1, and -3, 2, 1, 1. And we see that the rooks are placed in these 3 positions here. And they're placed here because this gives us the maximum cell value. So we'll see that we get 2, we get 1, and we get 1. And we'll see that this is the best configuration to give us the max score. Any other configuration would either be attacking each other or give us less. And we see that we're going to output 4 because this is the value that we get from this configuration and the max amount that we could possibly get. So how can we actually solve this? So you might see when looking at the question that the constraints are actually pretty low, right? We have n and m are less than or equal to 100, right? So your first thought might be, what if we just do 3 for loops? So we have I, j, k, and we're basically going to just go through every possible position. If they're in the same row or column, it's not going to be a valid configuration, so we just move on. Otherwise, we basically check, add up the values, and see what our max value is. So if, for example, we have maybe this configuration here, I is here, j is here, and k is here, we could add that up, see what the value is, store it in some variable, and then basically try every valid configuration that we know of. So we could do this, but unfortunately this is going to give us a time limit exceeded because this is still too great for these constraints. So how can we actually solve this in a bit more of an efficient way? So the key observation here is that we actually are going to do a brute force algorithm, but we're going to do it in a little more of an intelligent way. And the main thing to realize here is that we actually only need the top 3 for each row, right? So essentially what we want to do is, instead of going through every single element and have 3 nested for loops for those elements, we only need to compare the top 3 of each row to each other. And why does this work? So let's think about this. What if we picked the top 3 from each row? So here we'll have 1, 1, and 1, right? So pretty straightforward. And let's see what happens when we take the top 3 from the next row. So we'll have 1, -3, and 1. But you see that we have an issue here, right? We could see that these are conflicting. So we actually can't have this set up. So what we want to do is say, and let's say we pick the max here, right? So we basically have this 3 by 3 grid where all the maxes and mins kind of line up with each other. So why do we pick just these top 3? Well, let's think of an example. So let's say we pick this as our max, right? Do we know that we can use this cell? Well, no, we could have one down here, right? Okay, so let's maybe try this one, right? Can we try this? Well, maybe, but we could also have one here. So let's try this one. Can we pick this? Well, yes, because let's think about this. We already went through and saw that these 2 cells are occupied, right? These are occupied by other rooks. Let's say we have a rook here, very bad drawing of rook, and a rook here, right? So we tried these 2, but there were already rooks here. The rook should be here, actually. But we know that since we're going to have at max 3 rooks on the board, we have to be able to place one here, right? So basically what we're getting from this is that we can always pick one of the top 3 values in each row, because at most only 2 of the other columns will be occupied, right? And I'll say that again. Because we have 3 rooks, at most 2 of the other columns can be occupied, right? So we always know that for each row, we could pick one of the top 3 elements. And this is a bit confusing, so please go back and watch it again if you kind of need another explanation of it. But basically what we're doing is we're simplifying our brute force, and we're saying that if we pick the top 3 elements, we know that we're going to be able to choose at least one of those values, because at most 2 of the other columns can be occupied, right? We know that not all 3 of those max values are invalid, because we could only have at most 2 other rooks. So essentially what we're going to do, we're going to get the top 3 for each row, and what we're going to do is then do a brute force algorithm checking all these different combinations. So for example, here we'd say I is here, K is here, J is down here, right? Check this configuration, get its value, and then we move on. So basically what we're going to do is then try every single configuration for the top 3 elements between all the different rows. So in our original brute force algorithm, where we went through every single cell, we had to go through m times n cells, right? But remember, we were doing 3 nested for loops, so this actually became m cubed times n cubed. And this is why it failed, right? Because this is way too slow. Even for small constraints, this is a huge time complexity. So what's the time complexity here? So we're going to be going through, let's say, n rows. And then for each row, we want to keep track of the top 3 elements. So what does that look like? So what we're actually going to do is n times 4 log 4. And you'll see why this is when we go to the code. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to maintain an array, right? And we're going to keep it always sorted. So let's say we have this array here. What we're going to do is we're going to keep adding elements in here. So let's say we're going to add a 3 now, like a 3 as our next element. So now what we're going to do is say, well, we know we only need 3 elements, so let's sort this array. Luckily for us, it's already sorted. And then we're going to take this first value here, because we know it's the minimum, and remove it. So now we again have an array of 3 elements, right? So you'll see that we are basically going through this list, and we're maintaining this sorted list of 3 elements, and we're sorting it when it's of size 4, which is why we get 4 log 4 here, because we are sorting it at this particular size. So this is how we actually get our max element. So the time complexity of actually doing our optimized brute force algorithm is going to be O of 3 times n, and then this whole thing cubed, right? Because for each n, we're getting 3 elements, and then we're going to do 3 nested for loops to compare those elements, which is where we get our cubed from. So this is definitely a pretty tricky problem, a lot to think about, and kind of an interesting observation you had to make in order to get this optimal solution. So let's hop over to the code and see exactly how this would work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to handle getting the top 3 by each row. And I do this by having a max by row dictionary. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate through the board. And what I want to do is to that particular row, I want to append that element as well as its column position. So then what I'm going to do is say, if the length of my array here is greater than 3, what I want to do is first sort it so that it's in ascending order. Then I want to get rid of that first element, because I know that that's going to be the smallest, and I only want the top 3. Then we're going to instantiate our answer, and then we do this incredibly ugly series of nested for loops here. So I'll walk through what each loop is doing. So this is going to be for the first row we're looking at, the second row we're looking at, and the third row that we're looking at. So these 3 outer loops here, we're actually going through 3 rows at a time, and we're just going to compare all 3 of those rows, the top elements. Here's where we actually go through the elements. So these max 1, max 2, max 3, these represent the actual cell values that we're looking at, and these indexes represent the column indexes of those values. And how we use these indexes is that we want to make sure that none of them are the same, right? So what we do is we're going to put these in a set, and if at any point this does not equal 3, it means that at least 2 of these rooks have to overlap in the same column. So if we get all these indexes and any of them are in the same row, we just continue past this and we don't even calculate this value. Otherwise, what we do is we're going to keep track of our answer, which is either the max of the answer we've seen so far or those 3 values added together. And finally, we return our answer. So let's submit this and make sure that it works. And it does work. So hopefully this made sense. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And thank you for watching.